Welcome to the White House. Thank you all for joining us tonight to celebrate Hanukkah.
A warm welcome for the president's Jewish supporters.
This Hanukkah season, we remember a story so powerful that we all know it by heart, even us Gentiles.
These overtures are part of President Obama's strategy to shore up backing among Jewish American voters and stem the tide of criticism he's getting from Republican presidential candidates.
President Obama has immeasurably set back the prospect of peace.
They hammered Obama's stance on Israel one after another while addressing the Republican Jewish coalition this week.
President Obama must immediately end his doctrine of appeasement.
This one-sided, continuing pressure that says it's always Israel's fault, no matter how bad the other side is, has to stop.
The criticism has been so persistent, even late-night hosts are poking fun.
Well, all the Republican presidential candidates are in Washington, D.C. this week, courting the Jewish voters. And while speaking to a prominent group of Jewish Republicans, Newt Gingrich promised to support Israel, not give in to the Palestinians, and promised his next wife would be Jewish.
In the president's corner,
first Jewish woman to represent Florida in Congress,
Democratic National Committee Chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
You know, unfortunately for the Republicans, there isn't a single domestic policy issue that Republicans are right on when it comes to the Jewish community. So they have no other choice but to lie about the president's record on Israel, distort it.
The Obama campaign just hired a director of Jewish outreach. The White House has a similar post. And this week, a pro-Obama PAC defended the president in a memo filled with praise from Israeli leaders. It's a lot of firepower to court a voting bloc that makes up about 4% of the population. But it's an important 4%, says David Harris, head of the nonpartisan American Jewish Committee.
Jews tend to concentrate in certain states, and some of those states tend to be particularly important. And, of course, the most obvious one is the state of Florida.
Harris has been barraged by voters who care about Israel.
In fact, I'm getting emails from both sides. This is the best president in the history of the world, and this is the worst president in the history of the world.
Ultimately, the impact of all of this back and forth could be negligible, experts say, but the 2000 presidential election provided a huge lesson, and that's that not a single vote can be taken for granted in a battleground state. Brianna Keeler, CNN, the White House.